Hey, what's going on guys, Evan from Model 3D, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to take a file from Thingiverse and getting it ready to print. So these videos are going to be aimed at people that are either new to 3D printing, they've just bought a 3D printer and they don't really know what to do with it, or they're just interested in general. I've got a few friends that have seen me post my videos on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and they know that you can download the files online and they know that you can print them, but they don't really know the in-between of how to actually get there and what software to use and what slicing is, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing short, snappy little videos of introducing to 3D printing, I guess. So today we're going to be downloading something from the website Thingiverse. If you don't know what Thingiverse is, it's a big, massive warehouse of 3D models. You can download absolutely anything. They're all free, all ready to use, and you can basically just download them and print them. So this is the featured part on Thingiverse. To get there, you go on Explore, go on Things, and then you click the drop-down menu here and click on Featured. And this is the part that Thingiverse have actually chose as their favorite, and they've featured on the front page, hence the term featured. So yeah, you can just scroll down and see their favorite ones. Choose something. As you can see, I've printed this in a past video, and today we're going to be choosing this one here, which I've printed on one of my 3D Friday episodes. It's fish fossils. It's one of my favorite things. It's great to see the capabilities of a 3D printer. Really good for kind of a first print or something like that. And it's flexible without using a flexible filament and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. So basically what you want to do is click download all files, and this will download to your downloads as any other file would on Chrome or Firefox or anything. And below you've got your summary, you've got comments, all that kind of stuff. But what you really want to look at is the print settings. This will tell you which printer they used and which, obviously the brand, all that kind of stuff, but that makes no difference to you. What you want to look at is this little part by here. So it basically tells you need to use rafts, you don't need any support, and it was printed at a 0.2mm resolution or a 0.20, 2 shells of infill and 50%, and it was printed using PLA. So next up you want to download a slicer program. So I'm using Cura for this. Cura was made by Ultimaker, as you can see here, the people that make the Ultimaker printers. And basically a slicing program is a program that will cut your 3D model, which is a solid object, into loads and loads of little parts, so that the 3D printer can read it and print those parts one at a time, build it up, and that's how you get a 3D print. So basically, like I said, I'm using Cura. You can find this on the Ultimaker website. So you want to just double click your file, make sure it opens up in Cura, and there it is, sat in the middle of the bed. And automatically it'll tell you right up here how long it's roughly going to take, but we'll look at the settings of how to kind of change this. And yeah, so first of all we've got these 4 tabs here. You've got your basic, your advanced, plugins, and start encode. I've got this in the full settings, but you can have a quick print, but I prefer the full settings. So we're not going to look at any of this. All the advanced is a bit, like it says, advanced. So we're just going to stick with the basic for now, just until you get off your feet on 3D printing, and then we can look into advanced in the future. So basically we've got these automatic settings. It's going to take 58 minutes, but this is automatic. So like I said on the website, we're changing this to 0.2. The shell thickness, like I said on here, is 2 shells, but this is doing it in millimeters. So basically we know our nozzle on our 3D printer is 0.4, so we're going to do 2 shells of that, which is 0.8. 0.8, and that's our double shell thickness. We enable retraction on. We've got our top and bottom thickness. We just leave all them as standard. We go back to the website and it says that it needs a 50% infill. This makes it super strong, because if we got 10% here, so if we click here and click layers, you can scroll down and you can see these little parts in here. This is the infill, and they're quite hollow, and it's not really good for strength, so we're going to change that up to 50. And you can automatically see it's already changed and it's a lot stronger. You can see the support inside, and the little grid part is the support, the red is the outer, and then obviously the green's the inner. But yeah, you can already see that it's going to be a lot stronger. So we'll click back to normal for now. Printing temperature, this will be the temperature that's on the box of your filament. If your filament doesn't actually have a temperature, you can just Roughly guess, it says here on the little kind of hover over menu, it said PLAs are about 210 and ABS is about 230. And then you do your printing bed temperature. A lot of PLA printers don't have a heated bed, but mine does, so I'm going to be using 70 degrees because that's what I found works for me. We can turn off brim. A brim is basically this little thing here. So basically, if you're printing something that's super flat, a brim will help it stop from curving up at the edges, all that kind of stuff. But we don't need that at the moment, so we're going to turn that off. And as we can see here, it says we don't need any support, but we need rafts. So under this platform adhesion type, we're going to do raft. So that's kind of like a brim, but instead of being around it, it's going to be under it. So first of all, it'll print a few layers. It'll print a nice kind of thick, flat kind of panel on the floor, and then it'll start to print your item. So you don't have to worry about this kind of curving up at different points and not sticking, because it's quite thin on the bottom, and it might be hard to get it to adhere to the bed. So the raft helps with that because it's a nice kind of thick part. And it's a little fishy shape. So yeah, that's basically all we need to know. Your diameter. This obviously, as I just changed this from expert to normal, it's changed it, but I know that my diameter is 1.75 mil. 5. That's the diameter of your filament. Is either going to be 2.85 or 1.75. More than likely it's 1.75 unless you get kind of like an Ultimaker or one of the high-end 3D printers. My flow rate is 100% and my nozzle is 0.4. So that's basically all we need to know for this one. We know we don't need any kind of supports or anything like that because the website told us. If the website doesn't tell you what you need, it might be worth looking through some of the already made. So if you look down by here, you've got makes. If you click view more, it'll be all the ones that people have made, and a lot of the time you can click on them and it'll tell you their personal print settings. So if the main one doesn't have the print settings that you need, a lot of the time the maids will. But as you get more kind of aware of this and as you do a lot more printing, you'll learn to know your own 3D printer settings and when to use infill, all that kind of stuff. So you probably won't read these in a couple of months anyway. But yeah, that's all well and good. And then you can just click Save to Toolpath. This will save straight to your SD card if you have an SD card inserted, or you can save to your desktop, all that kind of stuff. And then it's away you print. So that's going to be today's little video on how to take a 3D model from Thingiverse and put it through your slicer, getting it ready to print. Once it's on your SD card, it's just a case of plugging it in, clicking print, however your 3D printer uses that, and away you go. So I hope you liked the video. Please make sure to click the like button if you did. Please make sure to leave a comment below if you're interested in me talking about something, maybe the infill settings or when and when not to use support, all that kind of stuff. More than happy to make a nice little video to help you out. And as always, if you're not subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.